Welcome, everybody, and how you doing? Welcome to the last panel. I am Steve, the Lapse Comic Fan, and tonight we have a special show. And if you like the shows that we've been doing, and you like everything that we say, and if you think Bob's never wrong, then hit the subscribe button to the actual Last Panel channel. That would help us out a lot.
Just lost
share the
5
video.
subs with that.
Yeah. You know, we're spreading the wealth, as it were. But yeah, that would help out a lot, and it would be great for you to share it and all that YouTube stuff. So today we have a really cool subject. This might be a short show, a little bit of housekeeping that we got, as you saw from the title card. Next week, we will not have a live show. We're going to be doing something different, but don't worry, the week after we'll have one. You'll know what's going on if you still, even though we don't have a live show, still tune in next Friday. You'll see if you're subscribed to the channel. So but we have a really cool subject tonight. We're doing top 5 Jet Li movies. So we've done the Jackie Chan one, which was a lot of fun. I think Jackie Chan's a little bit more accessible. He had a lot more American, I guess, like a more Americanized solo career, as it were. Jet Li had his big one, but he may have had more movies, but I don't think they were as popular as Jackie Chan. I mean, Jackie Chan is more of a household name, but yeah. So I'll get into the question first with Gray. Gray, how did you hear about Jet Li? Was he anything on your radar, or is it only the Americanized version movies, or is there just whatever? What's your relationship with Jet Li?
Yes, essentially exactly what you said. So I have since seen some of the what's the common slang, wire foo? I've seen a bunch of those later, but my familiarity definitely comes with the kind of more Americanized ones. I got to be honest, man, this is the subject that I have felt like out of everything that we've covered that I feel the least prepared for. So I watched like 12 of his flicks this week, but I should have known his back catalog a lot better. But yeah, I definitely knew like kind of the what would they call that? East meets West Coast or East? I don't know what Coast DMX was. Where they were trying to do like kind of a hip hop East thing, and I don't know. I kind of dug it. I remember like the Romeos Must Die. That's probably my first intro to him, or the one. I'm not sure. It's one of those two.
The one song that everybody thinks is DMX in Kiss of the Dragon is actually Mystical. That dude, he was like with the one. Who's that one rapper that got? He had like his own. The No Limit, Master P. There you go. He was one of the Master P's
crew.
Yeah. Which that song and that fight with those two big dudes, like that's an awesome fight in Kiss of the Dragon. It's amazing.
Dude, I went on Amazon Digital to try to rent Kiss of the Dragon because I wanted to watch it again. Not on there. Then I looked through Amazon, and the only Blu-ray I found was through a third-party market, and it was like $48.
$45. Yeah.
Yeah, like, is there like, I didn't realize that there was like a shortage, or it must be something keeping it from being on digital or something.
It's got to be licensed something licensing with, because I know like, so Golden Harvest was like the big Chinese distributor. Like you'll always see those like black screen with the orange, things come up like Golden Harvest. That's like their big distributor. I don't know if when guys come to America like that, you'll see like even Jackie Chan, when he was making movies that were of straight American, he was still over in China making Chinese movies. I don't know if it's like kind of how it was like in the 30s where you signed to a studio. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know the rights issues, because if you notice, a lot of the Chinese movies are available here for free on like Pluto, Amazon Prime Video, stuff like that. But some of his American releases were not, which is weird. You know what I mean? You'd think it would be the opposite way. So, yeah, I don't know how that all works. But, Bob, same question to you, sir.
Would have been Lethal Weapon 4.
He was he was good.
Yeah, I love the Lethal Weapon movies. It's one of my favorite franchises. Definitely my favorite buddy cop franchise. And
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be the one that I was first introduced to him. And I don't want to say too much. That might make my list. So,
Here's the thing, though, with that
was the
movie,
one.
there's the thing with that movie, like with Lethal Weapon, at least. When they made 3, it was an okay success, but it wasn't as good. Like, it didn't feel as good to me as the other one. But 4 felt like they actually, okay, we got a good villain, and he's got a fucking badass fighter. So, like, at least you could have those scenes on top of. It felt like a real threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like an actual
diplomatic
threat.
community, but still, I hear what you're saying.
Right, but at least it felt like an actual threat, to be honest. Like, because you sometimes go into those movies and you're looking at the villain and you're like, a middle-aged, like, 60-year-old man is not going to beat Mel Gibson taking bitefuls of cocaine. He's going to rip everyone apart.
Yeah, no,
kill
you bring up a very good point with that, because, yeah, Mel Gibson, for the first time in that film, is dealing with the fact that he's beginning to slow down a little bit. And
Right.
he's fighting a villain who is more dangerous than he is, who's actually who is almost a lethal weapon, you know. So
And believable. That's the other
Yes.
thing too. You could actually believe it. So I actually really like that one. So you're not alone with that, Bob. I actually really like Lethal Weapon 4. Yeah. So Warren, same question. I think I know the answer to yours, but same question.
Mine was on in the Army. I was introduced to it during a CQ where you just sit around and listen to phones for 24 hours. And
Awesome.
the guy had a little portable DVD player, and he's all like, "You ever heard of Jet Li and and the movie Fist of Legend?" I was like, "No, I'll watch it." And before that, it was all Seagal, Van Damme, and those guys. Then I watched Fist of Legend, and it was just
Mind-blowing.
oh yeah, my mind was blown. Just the fight scenes, the choreography, everything was just absolutely amazing. I have to say, I do prefer Jackie Chan. I think he has a little bit more personality than Jet Li does, but
Yes.
Jet Li is a better fighter. Like his fight scenes are just absolutely amazing. Yeah, that was when I first that was the first film, and then after that it was like The Legend of the Drunken Master, and then just falling down everything that had Jet Li, Jackie Chan, or Donnie Yen in it. I was all over, you know.
Yeah. And that's awesome, because that's kind of where I stand. So I heard of Jet Li, and in like 1990 there was a movie called Fong Sayuk, right? There was this like series going on, and I saw it when I used to order anime, right? They used to order anime out of the back of like Shonen Jump. You would get it, and they would have actual just regular dudes, right? That they would use the old Windows Movie Maker typeset, and they would record it to VHS. You'd send them tapes, and they would record all these VHSs. Well, I ended up, one of the films that I picked was on top of the anime was Once Upon a Time in China Part 1. So I saw it later, but that was the first one that I had seen. And then I was like, oh man, this dude's awesome. And like you said, I do agree. I think Jackie Chan has a more fun personality. Like, you can get a little bit more out of him. But like the fighting itself, like where Jackie Chan's always on the defensive and does these amazing things. Jet Li does things when he's still on the ground that are impactful. Like, it looks like, damn, that sucked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that looks like it hurt quite a bit. And his fight scenes are more to that realm than it is him getting away from the danger. He's putting himself more in the danger than trying to get out of it. So, yeah, I think he's a good benchmark for that style of movie, because those were kind of fading out a little bit, but he kept a lot of that alive. And they started transitioning into different style of movie making. And he was just in a movie that I watched. I don't know if Gray, if you ended up watching it, but he was just in a movie called Blade of the Guardians.
I did happen to catch that too.
Dude, that was
it's a 2026 film. It's great.
Dude, how good was that movie? That movie was crazy cool, man. It was awesome.
I thought it was awesome. I just didn't think he was prominently used in it.
Yes.
So it didn't make my list, but it's an awesome
No,
flick.
no. I would say I wouldn't count it as a full Jet Li movie, because he just plays a single character that is the crux of the whole movie. What happens with him,
Sure.
like puts out the rest of the movie. But I still thought it was great. I love how they're filming like that type of action scenes right now. It looks so awesome.
Yeah, that movie was beautiful. I watched that today, and that was
so good,
gorgeous.
So good. I'm so glad I seen that, and I was like, yeah, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. I kept telling Gray, I was like, you have to watch this movie. It's really cool looking.
Yeah.
Bob, whenever you get a chance, check it out.
I will.
You'll like it. It's really good. So Gray, we'll start with you, man. We'll put controversy up first. So
Controversy. So this one, I don't think you'll be as it won't be as controversial, but I'd say my number 5 pick is Hero. It's a beautifully shot film. I could see anybody including this much higher on their own list, but for me, it's kind of got some pacing issues. I think it could be a little bit tighter. It does get a little slow for me at certain points, but man, it is poetry on film. Like there's just amazing things that they're doing with color in this, the way that they're using the camera, the way that they're kind of filming the wire foo. You can tell why it gets such high ratings. I think on Letterboxd, it's got like a 4.0 right now. It's an amazing 2002 film that, I wasn't familiar with too many of the other casts other than Donnie Yen. Man, it's such a beautiful kind of tale. He plays, is he unknown or no name? I can't remember his character. I guess I could just click on his name. Nameless. That's the other
he
one.
was the nameless hero, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it kind of goes through kind of folklore fairy tale of these certain warriors that he has to defeat, and there's certain tales in it. There's tales told by different points of view. That
didn't need to be done. I agree. I totally agree with you.
I like what he was doing with it. I think there's other ways of kind of doing that a little bit more effectively. I think Kurosawa does it kind of amazingly in his, but still, that being said, man, I love Hero. It's one of my wife's favorite films. She made me rewatch it. I thought, it's on the list, but I don't know if it'd be in my top 5. As slow as some parts of it are, it's still amazing. So it makes it in my top 5. I got Hero.
Yeah. So, something on Hero. I think one of the things that they were doing, just being honest, like when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came out, and that type of beautifulness was happening, they just put a little bit too much on getting to the 3rd and 4th step. If they would have not taken that deterrence in there, and maybe the first step, I think that it would consolidate and be a faster, better experience. That 4th to 5th step, though, it felt like it took an hour. It felt like it did. To me, it did anyway.
But still, I want to get there. Like, it's a very compelling story.
Yeah. You want to get there, but there's still parts in it that are slow.
But it's so beautifully shot, and the use of color just,
Dude,
there's some parts of it that make up for that, but just it is a little inconsistent for me.
The depth when they're filming, like, the arrows and stuff coming at the screen from so far away, it was so neat because it looks like you said, with color, they have that like palish greenish blue sky, and then comes the pretty sweet
Indeed.
pretty awesome. So okay, all right, Bob, your number 5, sir.
Okay, so I have to point out that I'm only basing this on the ones I've seen. Kind of like Gray, this is one that I didn't feel as prepared for, just simply because I haven't seen a lot of his movies. I'm more familiar with the American ones, and even then, it's been so long since I've seen a lot of them. But my number 5 is going to be The One. Now, I don't think this is a good movie. I think it's a cool movie either way, though. The premise is kind of what I like about it. This idea that he's going around killing other versions of himself or other variants, and then he gets more powerful every time, but so do the other versions, and until you end up with the two going head to head. And of course, you've got Jason Statham in the film as well. So for me, it's not necessarily more about how good the film is. It's more about the premise. I was just digging the idea of it, and I had a good time with it.
Plus, the fight scenes are badass.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, yeah.
But I think that's the case with a lot of Jet Li's movies, is that even if the film isn't that good, the fight scenes are still good. So,
right, that's the enjoyment.
Two Jet Li's fighting against each other, how can you beat
It's from 2001. So it's 2001, and they're kind of introducing into the zeitgeist the multiverse thing. Like that's awesome. It was a little ahead of its time, but man, I get it. And Statham is at his Stathamiest, and you get a good Delroy Lindo in this one too. For some reason, and Carla Gugino. Man, there's a lot of good things about this. I like the film. It's got a soft spot in my heart.
Yeah, there's some. The one I thought, and I'll be honest, the one was the first time, because at that time I was collecting heavily. My wife loves Jet Li, so I was like, oh sweet, we can watch these together. This is awesome. And the one was the first one where I was like, I loved the fight scenes, but I was just disappointed a little bit. I thought there was going to be more to it, but it was still like the fight scenes were fantastic. Like the fight scenes were so good that I was just like, oh, okay, it doesn't really matter, So that's a good pick, I think. Warren?
My number 5 is from my favorite buddy cop series. It's Lethal Weapon 4. I think we were talking about it earlier. It's just a great Lethal Weapon movie. Really, if they don't make any more Lethal Weapon films, which I've heard rumors of a 5th one, I don't know if that's still going on, but if they don't make any more, it was a really great ending to that series, and Jet Li had a very impactful role in it. I mean, sure, he didn't have much of a speaking role in it, but playing as the bad guy, they used him very well, and that was a very good fight scene at the end, and it was just all around a pretty awesome movie. I mean, everything from the cemetery scene with Joe Pesci and Mel Gibson to the final fight scene with Jet Li and versus them two. So yeah, it was just all around a really, really great ending or 4th film to a really amazing series overall.
Yep. Yeah, and I can agree with that. That's one of the better American movies that he was featured in. Let's say he was featured in. So my number 5 is Tai Chi Master. It's from 92. And some of the fights in here are unreal. Some of the weapon fights in this, like a lot of people talk about the scene in Kiss of the Dragon where he goes up against the dojo and is doing the Dude, there's some stuff in that movie where he's literally like spinning around and fighting off dudes that are just trying to hit him with bamboo poles, and he's just like octopus arms all over the place. And the movie itself isn't it's a terribly stereotypical movie, but it does have a pretty fun story. Like it's a cool story, and if you've watched any movies where there's Shaolin monks, like the hierarchy of it. But his best friend / partner, who they have a little bit of a tiff later on, but is just as good, man. That dude is in a bunch of other Jet Li movies, and he is freaking awesome. Like both of them together, dude. They were like peas in a pod, and the martial arts was there, and you got to see Michelle Yeoh be awesome too. And it was one of the first times she did her patented over the head like kick where she hits you with her heel over the top of her head. It's one of the first times that was on film, like a major film. So that was really cool to see. And I just think she looks the same. She literally looks the goddamn same. And I was like, oh, okay. So she's still awesome. And so that's my number 5. And that you can watch that on Prime Video. It's a easy one to watch, and it's a fun one.
So you reached out to me and you said before the show tonight, I have to watch that one. So I just finished it like an hour before. So it's a little bit of a different tone. Like it's a lot more slapsticky than I was kind of expecting. He's kind of known as the serious guy. Like he doesn't show emotion. It's kind of more of the stoic one versus Jackie Chan. Granted, you got more of a breadth of knowledge of him, but this seemed kind of the most kind of slapsticky, I guess closest to Jackie Chan type.
He has some movies from like the 80s that are like that, like The Swordsman, couple of one of the Fong Sai-yuks like that, where he plays basically like the straight guy to the other person's funny guy, and it makes it funny. Like his reactions to the things are what's funny, you know. But this one, you're right. I think because of having the partner and the situation that arose from them, like supposed to be like, you know, they were so young and they're more dedicated to each other than they are what they were doing. And the older one, who was actually supposed to be his junior, was the one driving all the stuff that he did. So I think a lot of his personality rubbed off on him until, you know, you have that middle part where they make their decisions and then obviously have to come together, you know. But you're right. You
can see why he would choose that too. Like, it is, maybe it's not done as masterfully as some of his later films, kind of what he's known for, but it does have that kind of message that he's looking for, of kind of choosing a different way. So you can see why he was kind of attracted to this character who goes with a more gentle, less combative way of dealing with kick-assery. But
and he gets to feel like Michelle Yeoh. So there was that scene.
There's that. I mean, yo. But yeah, on top of that, you have the complete like comic relief character. I forget that character's name, but you know, like in fights, people are comically stepping on his hands. He's rubbing blood on his face. And I don't get me wrong, like it works, but you know, like that's kind of all that dude's there for, and it works. But yeah, it's a different tone than I was expecting from a lot of these other ones.
It's great martial arts in it, though, man. Some great martial arts in it.
They are. It's amazing. It's definitely in my top 10, but it didn't quite make my top 5, I don't think.
No,
maybe I just need time with it.
No, the reason I actually wanted you to see that, because that was the one that was different, and I thought you would think that it's. I wanted to hear. I actually was gonna say, did you think it was more Chan-like or Lee-like?
And I was going to ask, it didn't feel what I normally get from him, which is kind of like the stoic warrior. Instead, it was kind of like, oh, this is kind of fun, like Jackie Chan territory. With a little bit
I wanted to see what you would think of that, because I know you like Jackie Chan. So I just wanted to see.
I love him.
I didn't think you would. I'm being honest. I didn't think you would like it. Like it's one of the first ones that I saw, so it's like nostalgic for me. Like these number 5 and 4 are ones that I've watched so many times. That's why they're on my, like, because I could watch them at any time, even if they're not the best in his catalog. So, but you're number 4, Gray.
Okay, so this is where the controversy starts.
Controversy.
So, my number 4, much like apparently your number 5 and number 4, come from a nostalgic value. And what can I say? There's one scene in this that just, it takes it over the top for me, and I just get the feels. It's got this beautiful score that just, it kind of culminates to this peak moment where you see a main character just kind of soar through the air on a four-wheeler. And what can I say? It's Cradle to the Grave from 2003. That character is, of course, the one and only DMX, who rides this four-wheeler over a building. At the same time, you've got Jet Li down below taking on an octagon full of martial artists and just kicking ass. At the same time, X Gon' Give It To You is playing. It is just peak cinema. There's something about it that just hits me in the feels. Yes, I understand. It only gets like a 2.5 out of 5 on like Letterboxd, but they just don't get it. They don't understand the comic relief that is the comedy pairing of Anthony Anderson and Tom Arnold. And we haven't even talked about Gabrielle Union, who is just perfect. Plus, you got the whole heist element. It just, everything about this movie is a chef's kiss. But man, that mind-blowing peak cinema moment, X Gonna Give It To You. If you haven't seen this, do yourself a favor. I got a feeling you disagree with me there, Lapsed.
Me, I actually don't mind Cradle to the Grave. I actually don't mind it. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
I like it a lot more than I don't know, a lot of the DMX action vehicles. Way better than Exit Wounds. I like it more than his cameo in Romeo Must Die. But
is it?
Yeah.
Is it better? Is it better than what's it? Beyond the Law. Is it better?
I don't know. That one's a toss-up. It was pretty amazing seeing him team up again. I think, yeah, for me, Cradle #2, The Grave.
Okay.
It hits me in the nostalgic value. So yeah, it goes a little bit above that. I think it's peak DMX for me. And I don't know. It was one of my introductions to Jet Li. It's kind of what I think of. So yeah, that one's #4 for me.
So we got tonight. We got in chat. We got Nightmares and Nerdscapes wondering why it looked like Pat McAfee in the thumbnail.
Reasons.
You know, there's definitely reasons for it, I guess. We have Miss Sparkles here. How you doing, Miss Sparkles? Hope you're doing well. Howdy, howdy. Miss Sparkles apparently is growing legs out of her chest. Jesus, Miss Sparkles.
Yeah.
We got
like the Land Lakes lady.
We got Justin here. What's up, Justin? How you been, brother?
Justin,
Romeo's
you've got an
Mustache,
awesome
one of
name.
his guilty pleasures. Yes.
Dude.
How you doing,
I'm
brother?
just saying.
Hey. And of course, as always, we have the man, the myth, the Xeno enthusiast himself. What's up, Phil? I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
No, you're
not. I'm gonna. That's it, dude. Phil, as long as Phil's around, that's all I'm gonna hear.
Yep. You're labeled.
I'm a sympathist. So, Bob, you're #4, sir.
My #4 is Unleashed.
Ooh. Okay.
I think it's got a pretty good cast. Obviously, you know, Jet Li in
Real
the
good
lead, but Morgan Freeman, Bob Hoskins, Kerry Condon in the film. This idea that, you know, he's basically like a dog and kind of has to get his humanity back, I thought was kind of an interesting concept. And I really want to do a rewatch of some of these because, again, it's been a while since I've seen these, but I remember really liking the film. And again, it kind of like the one, it's the concept of it. But I actually think this is a much better film than the one.
It is. It's way better made. You could tell it's better made.
It's a better made film, and I think that Jet Li's performance is pretty good in the film. I don't have any issues with it or anything like that. I think it's a great film, and Bob Hoskins is kind of like that gangster or whatnot who was, you know, basically had him as his attack dog for the fights and stuff like that. Again, he's great in the role too. So
gotta
overall,
love the Hoskins.
What's that?
Gotta love the Hoskins.
Oh yeah, I love Bob Hoskins. He's a cool actor.
Mario.
And he wasn't drunk for this movie, so I mean that's amazing. just him not being drunk for a movie is incredible. It's good. That's a good pick. That I remember that coming out, like that was, my wife was obsessed with that when she saw the trailer. She was like, "Oh, we're going," and I was like, "Well, I guess we're going." So, yeah, that was a fun one to see in a theater, though. That was a fun one.
See, I didn't get to see it in the theater. I ended up renting it much later, and when I saw it, I was like, you know what, that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, but I really did.
Oh man, if you haven't seen that piano tuning scene in IMAX, you really haven't seen it. It's pretty amazing. Come on, Morgan Freeman as a blind piano tuner. What more do you want?
Morgan Freeman.
And he's great in everything. I don't care.
That's very true. Warren, your number 4, sir.
My #4 is Legend of the Red Dragon. I watched this on your suggestion, and it is
amazing.
Yeah, it's like one of the most slapstick versions of Jet Li that I've seen. If anything, Jet Li, he just can't loosen up enough to really make those kind of roles work. But this one was just, his surrounding cast was just great. I loved the kids in it.
That main kid was ridiculous.
Oh, the kid was ridiculous. The scene where the old lady tries to hit him with what she thought was supposed to keep him sleeping, and then he blows it up back into her mouth, and it's like some kind of horny juice, and she can't control herself to just everything in it was just a lot of fun. And the fight scenes were amazing. Like, if you compare it with with the Blades movie, they're using special effects better now, but it was like I saw a lot of similarities with like the how well back then they were. It made me appreciate even more because it's like without the special effects, with the stuff they were doing with his like magical staff, where he would spin it and he drilled through that wood on fire.
Dude, that scene with the wood on fire, whenever it was
yeah.
being spent, dude, that was so awesome. That was so awesome.
Just a great film. And I'm not usually a huge wire work fan. I'd prefer more of a grounded fighting, but that was just a beautiful film and really funny and just wacky. And it was it was great.
Scene. The loogie.
Oh yeah, the
loogie. Dude, when I first saw that, right? So after I had there was a couple movies that I got. One was called Meltdown. It's one of the worst. It's like a Jet Li so bad it's good movie. That's the one I told you guys about, where it's like he's doing like The Bodyguard meets Die Hard, right? Yeah. And there's scenes in that movie. It's so low budget that the bad guy was supposed to have. There was a school bus that he they commandeered basically, and it had some kids on it, and he ends up blowing up. He tells the kids to get out, and they're in like this field, and they blow up. He blows them up. But when you watch it back, it's literally like music stands with like a coconut and some fake and like a jacket, and they're just all standing there like this. It's so fucking hilarious, dude. If you pause it and just like go. And there's another scene where this car comes in from the bottom right corner, like super fast, like a real small like Fiat or something. And this guy's like gets pulled out of the way. And again, I'm dead serious. It's a fucking music stand with a coconut with black marker for like eyes. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. The amount of stuff they got with this movie, and it's so funny. But the next time I went there at Suncoast Video, that dates me a little bit. I saw the DVD for Legend of the Red Dragon. It was called something else. It was the Chinese title because it was subtitled, but it had a dub option on it. And I had watched them subtitled a bunch, and my wife was like, "Hey, can we watch it in the dub tonight?" Right? Like she wanted to see it, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." And I loved it. I usually don't like the dubs at all, but that one, the dubbing was fantastic. The grandmother itself, dude, just the spitting in the dude's mouth and asking him, "What, you don't like the taste of my loogies?" Like what? Like what? Like
it is like the perfect dub, man. Just so the intensity of everything in there. Just that good choice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we might do that. We might do a list sometime of martial arts movies in general. We might have to do that. That might be fun.
That'd be cool.
So my number 4 is actually Once Upon a Time in China series. It's hard to nail down one movie because I'll be honest, they're all pretty much the same, except for in the one that's Once Upon a Time in China in America. That's a little bit different. But that series to me was really like what a guy playing the same character and branching out in that character doing other things as well. That spawned The Legend and stuff like that, and Fong Sai-yuk and all those movies. Like, so there's a deep appreciation for it, and I've watched it so many times. I always recommend it to people. Just go watch it. Just when you watch the first one, just like it. Gray, you talk about slow parts in Hero. That first like half hour of that movie is very slow.
Yeah.
And literally the last hour of it is just nothing but fights.
Dude, I suck. So that's one of them, the only one that I watched half of. And then you sent me that message saying like, you got to watch this other one. Mm-hmm. I think I turned it off during that slow part. I do intend to get back to it, and I want to keep going on that whole series, but
it is slow at the beginning. They set up a whole bunch of stuff because there's like all that like political stuff that's happening in that time frame that the movie's supposed to be in. So they're trying to explain all of that stuff. And then once he starts going up against the regimes, then it starts, dude, he goes into like every dojo and just crushes everybody. It's fucking awesome. So good.
It seems like a lot of his movies, but man, he's doing it in ways that I haven't seen before.
Yes, that's very true. He does.
Ways.
He does like to go into dojos and beat the shit out of people, and ask what? Why are you attacking me? What's going on here? But that's my number 4. So Gray, you're number 3.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about this one, but man, it's just got a spot in the fields. Exactly what Laps was saying. The previous film, not so good, but somehow Lethal Weapon 4, Richard Donner really got it together and made something that I don't know, it's super memorable. I couldn't tell you anything that happens in Lethal Weapon 3, but man, I remember almost everything that happens in this one. I happened to rewatch it 2 nights ago with my wife. It was such a pleasant experience. Finally we get a Riggs who kind of admits he's getting too old for this shit. It's a little different. And then you get this Chris Rock character, the Butters. Who doesn't like a Butters character who's kind of annoying and gets on people's nerves? What can I say? I'm always a fan of Butters. But yeah, man, it's Pesci kind of at his best. It's what I want out of Pesci. And they do the nostalgic things where they're bringing back everything again, like I'm getting too old for this shit, but they're doing it with just like a soft touch where I don't think a lot of the times they end up doing that. It's a little ham-fisted, but it kind of works in a bunch of different ways for me. So I don't know, man. I just got it in my nostalgic feels, but I agree with you. I couldn't tell you who the enemy is in Lethal Weapon 3. I remember Diplomatic Immunity. I remember the first one, but yeah, the real memorable bad guys are essentially Jet Li to me. He just really comes to mind as this menacing, just stoic figure who he's a man of few words, but my God, many punches. And then that whole scene at the end. Man, I love the Riggs. Well, I guess it's actually both of them fighting him, but it's got a bunch of memorable things. The opening scene as well, which unfortunately doesn't involve any Jet Li, but the dude with the flamethrower and the assault rifle, as they call it.
Still awesome though.
I love me that scene. Just that's what taught me. You always aim at the gas spigot or whatever, and it turns somebody into having a rocket ship on their back. So I always look forward to using that knowledge one day. We'll see if I get to. But yeah, man, just it was kind of my introduction to Jet Li, and it just to me it put him on my map as someone to be scared of in a weird way. I just loved his kind of stoic man of few words nature in this, and yeah, man, he as just like a villain, which you could say is kind of cliche, like an Odd Job type character, but man, he makes it his own, and just he seems like so much more of a threat, so less of kind of he's not throwing his hat at anyone, he's just kicking the shit out of Riggs. It works for me. So yeah, my number 3 is Lethal Weapon 4.
So something that's really cool that we'll break this up a little bit with some, as I had Jackie facts, I have some Jet Li stuff.
Nice.
So what's cool, like I was mentioning with his Wong Fei Hung character in Once Upon a Time in China, that like revived some stuff that was going on. So Jet Li started Wushu at the age of 8, and he won his first national championship at the age of 11. He became a Wushu champion for 5 years, from 74 to 79. In 1974, so think of that, dude. It was like he wasn't even that old yet. In 1974, he toured the United States with martial artists and even did a performance at the White House for Richard Nixon. That's pretty wild.
Dude.
Damn.
Yeah. And he retired from competitive Wushu in 79. So like that 5 years of like competing, he won his first national champ. So he was 16 whenever he ended up quitting. So at the age of 11, after he won his first national championship, like that's pretty wild, dude, that he was 11 years old and he toured the United States. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Very crazy.
He made his acting debut in 1982. That's why I said there was early stuff. He appeared in this movie called Shaolin Temple, right? So at the time, China was like they still had a bunch of kung fu movies, but they weren't as popular. And this movie single-handedly rejuvenated the interest in Hong Kong kung fu. like in Asia itself. Like it was so popular in the Philippines that they literally just renamed the movie to Jet Li. They were just like,
I get it.
Yeah, and basically what his Wong Fei Hung character that spawned Fong Sai-yuk and the legend and all that stuff, that character like cemented his role as a huge action star in China. So pretty cool, right? Like there's some really cool stuff. And he did some Hollywood work and stuff like that and stunt work. But really cool that he did some stuff in America that young, especially in front of Nixon. I mean, Nixon, he was famous for being a jar in a head in Futurama, not Watergate. He's got full itis. But Bob, you're what are we on, number 3?
Yeah. For my number 3, this one was a remake of a Bruce Lee film, and you actually gave me the recommendation of this one. I just saw this today, and it actually made my list, and that was Fist of Legend. I thought this was a cool movie.
It's great.
I mean, it's not normally the type of film that I would watch because, like, a lot of the foreign martial arts films, I don't gravitate towards them. It's not that I don't like them. I just tend not to gravitate towards them.
Yeah, and you're a American movie guy. Like,
yeah,
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I like my cheeseburgers and my
I like my titties fat and my ass is big and cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah, so
what I like.
But the movie itself was pretty cool. I thought the martial arts in it was pretty good. I thought the sound effects were hilarious. Listening to them as that every time they would throw a punch, it'd be like, it's like, good Lord. And usually it was like delayed like half a second off the actual hit. So the part that made me laugh was when he was fighting the guys in the school at the beginning of the film.
Oh God.
And he grabs that one guy's jaw and dislocates it. And then the guy walks up, he's like, yeah, overall it was just a fun movie though. I liked
great villain.
Yeah, the villain was really cool. I thought it was interesting how with the setting in during the time of Imperial Japan and whatnot, that you saw the hatred towards the Japanese and vice versa towards the Chinese, and how when he had that, I can't remember the name of the girl that he wanted to marry, the one who helped him get out of the trouble. I thought that was kind of interesting there, how neither side wanted to accept their relationship and whatnot. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It touched on some pretty important stuff, surprisingly. And yet at the same time, it was just a cool martial arts movie. So I had a good time.
Yeah, like when they move out to the countryside and the uncle comes.
Yes.
That was like as much as it was that that big fight scene, but that dude was a massive star in China, and he was like, or Japan, sorry, he was passing like the torch almost. And it was like cool that both sides got to meet up. It was really neat. And yeah, that'll be appearing on my list a little bit later. But
yeah, I thought it was fun.
Warren, your number 3, sir?
I have a Hero for my number 3.
So do I. Yeah. So we can talk about this together. Go ahead.
I remember it was the trailer starts like a Quentin Tarantino presents, and that's what first like drew me to the film, because I thought Tarantino was directing when it first
imagine
came out,
if he did
a Jet Li movie, and I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. But yeah, it's just a very poetic, beautifully shot film. I agree with what you guys were talking about before. It does drag at points, but it is just an absolutely gorgeous film, and it's done shot in a really great way. And it's a really good fight scenes. I love the Donnie Yen fight scene in the rain.
So good,
beautifully done. And for the time period too, there are some really gorgeous martial art films, and this ranks up there with them. And yeah, that one was maybe the dragon parts, the pacing parts was a problem, but aside from that though, just a beautiful film.
Yeah, so what I really liked about this movie was the tension it was creating. Like, the closer Jet Li got, you didn't really know what was going to happen. Like, you did, but you didn't really, because the way that the narrative was happening. So it was like, is he going to overthrow, or is he here for, what is, and then when you find out and you're like, oh, shit, yeah, dead, bro. Like, it ain't going to go down for you. Like, it ain't going to go well for you. But, like, I thought that, like you said, the way it was filmed, when Jet Li is like standing before the king, that area of space looked so amazing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
every word and every breath that they took was like, and I love the way that they have that camera angle in the Jet Li movies where it's like just shows this side of his face and he's always like kind of looking down. You're waiting for that twig to snap and something to pop off. Like they definitely set that tension and create that really, really well. And I agree with everything you guys said. It's amazingly shot. I still have an issue with the first third and the fourth, fifth step. They could have shortened some of the backstory, but the fight scenes, man, my God, they are good. They are very, very good in this movie. So that is my number 3. So good, Gray. You're number 2, sir.
Yeah, I mean, we talked everything up on that, but just the cinematography, like, I don't know if I've seen a more beautiful Jet Li movie. That one just... I
don't think so.
I'm surprised that one didn't come up in, like, kind of my limited film school classes. But sorry, you were saying number 2 for me.
2. Yes, sir.
It has been talked about, and I think you guys did a great job of explaining it, but... for me, it's a remake. It's a remake of Bruce Lee's Fists of Fury. So, yeah, it is Fist of Legend from '94. Just, man, while a lot of his movies kind of do take place with a guy going to a dojo, kicking the shit out of everyone, this is the quintessential one for me. Out of all of them that I've seen, just, man, there's nothing quite like the fight choreography in this one. Just... The group scenes are done so well, but the one-on-one fights are done as well. Just I don't know if I've seen kind of fight choreography this good. Just it delivers everything that I'm wanting out of essentially like the remake of a Bruce Lee movie, and it takes it to a level that I didn't quite get from the Bruce Lee movie. I like that one, but but this one has a place in my heart.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, because the Bruce, as much as I like the Bruce Lee movie, it's nowhere near as good, in my opinion, as, like Enter the Dragon is awesome and stuff like that. And that was on a scale where it was like, that's what the other ones should have been. But yeah. I agree. I agree with you. Like some of the way that movie is filmed, like, and what I liked is they give you time with the fights. As fast as he does stuff with like a ton of people, they let the fights breathe when they're the one-on-one fights, and you get all the impact, especially with the villain that they chose, who was straight up fucking just such. Yeah.
I don't know what you call him other than like an absolute unit, a mean bastard.
He was Asian Dolph Lundgren. He was Asian Drago. Right? I'm just saying,
he is very effective in exactly what he's doing, and the fact that he has, kind of the Bane finisher move.
You're not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, just I absolutely love that film. So thank you for urging me to see that one. I had not seen that until this week, but man, I love that, and I'm definitely familiar with Fist of Fury, so I didn't know this was a direct remake of it. And when the plot started happening, it's like, wait a minute, it's not a one for one. But yeah, I love this version of it. It is definitely one to place in my heart. So yeah, I think there's a reason why this one's really talked about, and I'm just kicking myself I didn't see it sooner. But yeah, my number 2 is Fist of Legend.
That's all that matters.
I have. Now I got to go and see a bunch of his other ones. I definitely need to do the Once Upon a Time series.
What's cool with this type of stuff is like, where I get to watch movies that you guys suggest. It's always like neat for me to hear what other people think about movies that I've been watching for a very long time. So I appreciate that you guys went out there and watched some of these, actually gave it a chance, because not everybody would do that. That's a lot of of the same style of movie, and you can get oversaturated to where making a top 5 list is hard. You know what I mean? It's hard to do, especially when you're watching you know what I mean? So other movies that you've seen before him with the American ones are going to stick out a little bit more because you don't have the time that you did with the other ones.
He's in some damn iconic films. I mean, I don't know if anyone had Expendables on their list, but I'm just saying, that thing is iconic. Maybe it's not going to be your favorite cinema experience, but you've got everyone together, including him. There's a reason why he was included in that.
That's very true. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Bob?
Well,
you're number
speak
two?
of the devil.
Number 2.
Oh, no, I'm
Does
sorry.
he? Oh, he does.
Speak of the devil
Okay.
here. So you already mentioned, Gray, the movie that is manly as fuck. I mean,
Oh my
it is
God,
just
Bob dropped
manly
the fuck.
as fuck.
Hell yeah.
But there's only one way that you can make that movie even more manly as fuck.
Oh my God.
And that is with the Expendables 2, which I have as my number 2. And the reason I've got this one ahead of the original is because you got Arnold and Bruce Willis getting into the action this time. You've got Chuck Norris cracking a Chuck Norris joke and getting into the action. And you've got Van Damme as the villain. How much more manly can you get?
Is this the one with Stone Cold Steve Austin too?
What's that?
Is this with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is he in any
No,
of
he was
these?
in the
I
first
can't
one.
remember.
Yeah, he's in the first.
Okay.
But isn't the second one the one where Jet Li disappears in the start of the movie? And
No,
it's
that was
not
in the
rest of it?
third one.
That's the
Oh,
third
the
one.
third one. Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they were dropping him off, and then I think he shows back up like.
He shows back. Yeah, he shows back up in the last fourth of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I remember more than the other ones for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was the one where Mel Gibson was the villain, and it's the one that's kind of I've never saw the fourth one, but it's kind of off compared to the other 3 because it has a PG-13 rating as opposed to the first 2, which went full R.
Full R. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is what it needs to be.
hard
Let's
R.
be
Yes.
let's be honest.
yes. But
yeah.
I think the Expendables 2 is a blast. I have a good time with this movie. Is it a good movie? No, but is it a
wait,
manly movie that
Okay.
puts hair on your chest? Absolutely. So
Okay.
for that reason, I've got it as my number 2. You see, if this was if Steven Seagal had been in this movie, this would have been a singlet.
Stop it. Stop it.
It would have been the best thing he's ever done.
That's
We can all
right.
why
agree
he
on
wasn't
that.
in any of them.
Stop it. Stop it.
And to be
I
fair,
have
he
to-
did turn
I have-
down offers for these movies.
I have to disagree with you on one thing, Bob.
oh my
I think it's a good
Oh.
movie.
you know what? When I say
this.
not good,
I'll say this.
it-
I'll say this. It's not a great story. It's
Yeah.
not like
that's when I say
Shakespearean
it's not a good
acting.
movie,
It's
but
not
but
that.
it's entertaining
but,
as hell.
But with all the guys that you grew up watching, and they actually did stuff that you wanted to see. You wanted to see Jet Li kick people. You wanted to see Arnold shoot shit. You want to see Stallone's lips fighting for supremacy of his nose and his chin. That's
Yeah,
it. It's
so I think-
everything.
yeah,
I
it
think
gave
as
you
Bob
exactly
points
what you
out,
wanted.
it plays more than just one note well. It gives you the notes that you want out of the instruments it has to play, and just
But that's
man,
what it's for.
it
Right?
is. It makes a very what do you call that? It makes some great music. It hits that urge, what you want out of an action movie. I support it, Bob. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You are not wrong, sir.
Thank you.
Never wrong. Never lost. All right, Warren, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Kiss of the Dragon. Aside from Lethal Weapon 4, I'll put that one off the side because he was a bad guy. Out of all of the American films he did, in my opinion, Kiss of the Dragon is the best one.
Yes.
I loved one. I wasn't a big fan of the hip hop ones. But then Unleashed was good. Kiss of the Dragon was great. And there was the fight scenes, the storyline, how they utilized Jet Li. Everything in it was great and top notch. The twins fight scene, as Lapsus said, is just outstanding. It has a Jet Li hates dojo scenes in it. It has everything down to the villain. It's just all around. It was I think his best used film in his like American genre films, if you will, or his American time period. Aside from, of course, Lethal Weapon 4, but Lethal Weapon 4, he was the villain. But I'm talking about just Jet Li starring films. This was his best one out of all of them.
And I'll say this: it's got one of the best kills in it in martial arts movie history. We've all seen where dude kicks, they grab the heel and they flip him back over and he stands. Jet Li flips the dude, grabs him, and just slams his head into and breaks his neck and just stands there like this.
Okay.
And just stares at the guy
like, they show you an X-ray of it.
I don't care. I don't care. But that's
was
your
DMX playing when he did it. No.
Listen, I don't need flying motorcycles to know that was badass. And I've never seen that before.
It was an all-terrain vehicle, thank you. But I hear what you're saying.
Anyway,
that one, it's the only like American one that I didn't rewatch. That I really wish I had.
Good, man. Plus, you actually get to see what the Kiss of the Dragon actually is. They actually have the scene, and it's one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah,
I remember liking it, but I don't know. I've kind of got this nostalgia, weird relationship with the other ones, but that one I had the hardest time kind of finding a copy of. I wish I had rewatched that one along with the Once Upon a Time series.
Dude, when he gets the French guy and he does the Kiss of the Dragon, where the French guy shoots him, and Jet Li has these like armband of pins on, right? And we see him do stuff with him, but he grabs the dude's arm, pulls it back under him, pulls a pin out, and sticks it right in the back of his neck. And he's like, the French guy's like, "I got you." He's like, "Yes, but I got you." And he's like, "What the fuck? I can't move." And he's like, he tells him, he's like, "I Kiss of the Dragon." He's like, "Kiss my ass." He's trying to move, and he's like, "Urgh." He's like, "All the blood rushes to the top of your head, and when I take this out, it's got nowhere to go but come out." And he pulls the pin out and flicks it, and it sticks in the ground. After he gives a child a teddy bear, and then the dude just convulses and bleeds out and has the best ending. He just flaps like a fish and goes, "Ah!" Just fucking, it's amazing. It is incredible. Like you actually like no one goes into the like Fist of Legend and goes, "This is the Fist of Legend." But you actually get to see what that is. But yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, like that he's done in the American genre. But my number 2 is a movie that has already been talked about, and that's The Legend of the Red Dragon. Like I said, I saw this movie just on a whim because I went into Suncoast after buying a couple of DVDs, and I was buying up everything Jet Li. And I just told the lady, I was like, order anything with Jet Li in it, as long as you can get it, and it's subtitled or dubbed. And every time I'd go in, she'd have like a little stack of DVDs, and I'd be like, yes, more. And that was one that I got to see. And like I said, I had watched it first in the subtitled version, and I loved it. But man, when I watched that English dub, which I usually hate dubs, it was so great. It was just phenomenal. And that's the only way I watch it now. It's the only, I only watch the dub of that movie because everybody is so perfect in it. It's like the one time where they got like the personalities to fit what was actually on screen. It wasn't as awkward. Because, like, there's supposed to be awkward scenes in it. Like, when Jet Li sees the girl, you know, like, fully clothed, but she's in her underwear type stuff. Like, it's just, like, she's fully clothed, but it's just white. And he's like, "Oh, my God." And the mom's like, "What, you've never seen boobies before?" Like, and you're just like, who are you, old woman? Like, who are you?
Man, the dubbing, just the voice acting is, like, so perfect. It's exactly
so
what you want
perfect
out of a kung fu flick. Like, it is just, It is chef's kiss.
And like they've said, another movie around the time came out was Iron Monkey. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Iron Monkey.
I've seen that one.
So I went to the movie theater to see Iron Monkey, right? And that was like I think around the same time, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon might have been out, like not maybe around this, whatever. But that movie is another one that has a really, really good English dub, and it was phenomenal, man. When I got introduced to all these other Jet Li movies that I hadn't seen as a younger person, it was great, man. Like, and Legend of the Red Dragon is one that I always tell people to watch. Like, if they ask for a recommendation for kung fu movies, I always tell them, Police Story 2, with Jackie Chan, and like, because that whole series, I know, Gray, you like that series. Yeah, and Legend of Red Dragon, and like some Sammo Hung stuff, and Donnie Yen. But yeah, Legend of Red Dragon is really cool. I was hoping, like, after Tony Jaa, have you guys ever seen the Ong Bak, the first one?
Oh yeah.
No.
I've seen all three of them, and The Protector.
Yeah, so the first one, the first Ong Bak, the fight scene in the underground fight club where everything goes bananas is like one of my favorite scenes of all time. But I was wishing that like Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Tony Jaa from Ong Bak, like they did a movie, and like the master was Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan. Like, I thought that like, how awesome would that be? Like, it would be so good, dude. And have Jackie Chan's stunt team do everything. Oh, it'd be so good. But all right, Gray, you're number one, sir.
So my number one pick, it just happens to also be 1994's Legend of the Red Dragon. What can I say? When you start a film off with a fight scene that would be like the finish, the final fight in any other movie, you open it up with a man giving an infant the choice of, hey, choose a sword or a toy, and if you choose the toy, I'm going to kill you, but in an honorable way. You'll join your mother in heaven. I don't know. It just builds from there, and it's just, it is an absolute chef's kiss. It's my favorite thing I've ever seen Jet Li in, and I have a lot of nostalgic, what do you call that? He has a place in my heart for a lot of his other films. Just this instant classic. I think I watched it 2 days ago with my wife, and man, it kind of made our day. It was absolutely awesome. She could not stop cracking up about how nobody was reacting to like a child just doing a one-legged, what do you call that? Like shoulder stance on Jet Li while he's just walking down the street. It's amazing, man. Everything about this. And then the dubbing is so over the top, but every voice is like, it's just so perfect. It is exactly what I want out of any sort of kung fu flick. And just, I'm sure that's not the actual dialogue that they're saying. They're like, how do you like the taste of my loogies? Like, there's no way that's really what they're saying in Chinese. But
so it's not that far off. Well, the subtitles, it's not that far off.
Okay. I definitely will admit when I'm wrong. Fair enough. If so, they wrote the perfect dialogue. Just that is what I think of. I think they've kind of made the quintessential film. I absolutely love this one. Thank you for recommending it to me. It was not on my radar at all. But man, what they're able to do in this one, I've never seen things quite like this. I love the camera angles that they chose for a bunch of these fights.
So I was saying the way
the showcase of the weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen like a spear being kind of the number one thing, and then the fact that it's kind of this infinite spear that can be whatever length you want, and then from there you've also got amazing swords that can cut through things. I love this movie. Every element that they're kind of bringing to it. It does have this fantasy thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like this Western thing of this father and son who kind of roam to uphold honor and justice and protect the weak. I get it. The Western's borrowed from the Eastern, but man, there's just something to like the legend that is this story, and just man, I absolutely love this. And then when you bring in kind of this supernatural element, but they don't fully explain, but you don't really want them to explain. Right. No. It's just kind of perfect. And then I don't think I've ever seen a showcase on the type of weapons. Just that opening fight again. I have never seen kind of Wolverine claws best depicted on screen until this. Just
so
man,
cool. So cool.
I absolutely love it. Just everything about this, and everything becoming kind of a projectile, and then we haven't even talked enough about the Granny character, but
dude, she's so good. Dude, she can
amazing.
fight too, man. Holy crap.
You just assume that she's a liar. You get introduced to this character as she's pretending to be dead so that, someone will pay for her funeral. It's a fun little grift, but it becomes she talks up how she used to be the best martial artist ever. Of course she can't be, but Granny could back it up. I
love how the
love
kids
flick,
just instantly go gravitate to her. Like they have no reason to, except that she's Granny, and you get this wholesome feeling after she just tried to grift everybody and then banged that dude because she got the horny juice. I just everything with her was so good, man. It was it was the perfect amount of levity for what they were trying to accomplish with the seriousness. Because with the daughter character, you could see how she's being nice to the son and trying to give him nice, when she tries to give him the extra piece of chicken, and Jet Li's like, no, you eat rice. You have to stand on my shoulders for the next 77 hours. Or dude, that scene where the kid is standing there doing with his leg straight up in the air. How about how they filmed that? They took the kid, he could actually do it. He couldn't stand there, so they tied the rope there, pulled him up, and he actually stood there like that when he filmed those scenes. It's crazy.
His acting, it is some of the best child acting I've seen. Not once did the verisimilitude of a child doing this was it ever broken. It's just, man, that's it's awesome. I love what they were able to do with this one,
because they did the right thing where he could defend himself, but he would get killed by the bigger men. He would, if he went straight forward against them, he would get killed. He banded together with the group that finally accepted him, and that whole story about them coming to get the kids and stuff, and how he helps them escape, and they're now they're his brother after they were fucking with him, and it was perfect because it gave the kid something to do martial arts wise where you could believe it because he was doing it against other kids. You know what I mean? So it was it was very well. And when he did that peacock thing, and he was like, oh, after he kicked that kid right in the face, he kicked the shit out of that kid. That was not makeup. There's no way that was makeup. That kid got kicked in the fucking face. That was a side camera angle, and you could tell that kid was like, what the fuck just happened? He had that little smashed nose in the black eye. They just kicked the kid on camera. It's just such a good movie, man. There's so much stuff about that movie that's excellent. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad, man. Yeah, that makes me happy.
That and the ending too. Just moving up to it does pay it off. Let's just say there's not a letdown between fights. So man, it's just top notch. So I'm interested to hear what you get that's above that. But hell yeah. Well, Legend of the Red Dragon from '94 is my number one.
Bob?
Well, we already talked about my favorite one, and I'm going to talk about it again. And that is the ending to the best buddy cop franchise in the history of cinema, and that is Lethal Weapon 4. I think this is just a really, really cool movie. Gray, you mentioned earlier that you love you some Butters. I love the way Riggs was just kind of egging everything along.
The subtle drops
making him think that he was gay and whatnot, and or when he would just use keywords and stuff like that. He'd be like, maybe he wants to get to know you like a son. What? In law enforcement,
Just... There's a disturbance in the force. I just felt it.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, it's really
cool.
Oh,
god damn it.
The fight scene, like you said at the end, I think is really cool. Actually, the fight scene, I think, to me, that's my favorite, isn't even the one at the end, which is awesome. It's the one where they're in the house, and Riggs walks in, and he's got the gun with the laser scope. And Jet Li's kind of trying to wipe it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when they get into it, the that one little move they make where Riggs and Murtaugh end up with their guns right at Jet Li. He's got his gun at them, and of course he kind of gives it up, but then disarms both of them. I think it was just, it was awesome. His martial arts in that film is, his martial arts in that film is great. And then the ending sequence of the film where the two ladies give birth, Lorna gives birth, Rianne gives birth, and the captain comes in and everything, and they're all taking the group picture, and they refer to themselves as family. I thought that was just really cool. Of course, Riggs and Lorna tie the knot. It was the perfect ending. I kind of like what you said, Warren, that if we never get Lethal Weapon 5, that was the perfect way to end the series.
Yeah, they did they did a good job of closing some story arcs, and even addressing Riggs, the woman that Riggs lost, and
yes,
they do, the Joe Pesci scene in the cemetery. I think it was when he was talking about his pet turtle.
Yes.
It
was pet frog. Froggy.
Yeah, Froggy. And it was just a lot of beautiful, beautiful scenes in that one. And it was really, like I said, if we don't get a 5, which we probably won't, I can't imagine them still wanting to do 5. I think when Mel Gibson mentioned that was before his anti-Semitic drunken rant. So I'm not 100% sure if we'll ever get a 5. And they need to hurry up because Murtaugh's not getting any younger. So
well, when you go on a massive anti-Semitic rant, the next thing you need to do is make another Jesus movie, because that'll get him back in good graces.
That one is slated.
Yes,
but two of the scenes that you guys were talking about, that we were talking about earlier, the whole where Mel Gibson realizes he's getting too old for this shit. They kind of talk themselves into walking away. They're not going to do the Lethal Weapon thing. They're not going to confront him finally at the end. They can just walk away and he can get arrested later. And then they bring up the gun thing that Bob mentioned, where he just takes apart the guns in one thing. They have to know how he did it. That's the whole impetus for how the final scene has to play out. Just
I love that Murtaugh's kind of just like, he knows Riggs wants to fight him, and he's just like, all right.
But what's great,
let's go ask him.
And you were kind of touching on what made it work though was the first interaction where Jet Li was doing all that crazy, and they were just like, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Like if that wouldn't have happened, like that doesn't sell what he can do and put them into that peril of where that becomes the most iconic question at the end of the movie. Like if they didn't sell all the stuff he was doing so well, like when Mel Gibson sees him beating the shit out of that dude and he's just like what the fuck am I looking at? Like it's like so foreign to him. He's just like, what am I like? Is that crap? Yeah, I'm getting too old for this shit.
They made Jet Li almost look superhuman without going over the line where it still kept its reality. So, he's even dodging bullets. There's one scene where he, dodges out of the way of a bullet and shoots the guy he's trying to help or trying to rescue or all those. I can't remember exactly. Jet Li was, trying to get somebody. And, it was... Jesus.
Who talks like this though? I'm going to go have sex with women, Sydney Sweeney and Scarlett Johansson. Because just saying I'm going to go have sex with Sydney Sweeney and Scarlett Johansson wasn't enough. He needed to.
Sounds like an AI's talking
women.
For him.
I need to have sex with the women.
I think AI is smarter than that. Don't discourage AI, man.
I like women. Women are cool.
He says, lethal weapon, you mean like my wife's dildo? Well, yeah, the little engine that didn't satisfy her. Red Rocket wasn't good enough.
But Richard Donner. It's a Donner film.
Dick Donner. That's what he did. That's what MSK did to freaking Sydney Sweeney and Scarlett. He dicked on her. That's what he's doing right now.
I love me some Richard Donner films, and this one totally fits in. Lethal Weapon 3, I think I exclude from it, but Goonies, Superman, The Omen, Scrooged, man. I love me some Richard Donner films. Lethal Weapon 4.
He's definitely got a good library of movies. That's for sure. Warren, I'm going to think that your number one and my number one are the same.
Probably.
So go ahead. You can just go ahead and name it.
Fist of Legend.
Yeah.
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 Just it's. I mean, what else can we say? We've already talked about it a few times already. It is just the fight scenes alone are just absolutely breathtaking. From the fight with the uncle to the dojo scene, the final fight scene, even the fight scene with the guy that was taking over, or the head,
The
of
new
the
head
dojo,
guy.
the
Yes.
new head of the dojo. When Jet Li starts bouncing and moving a little bit differently, and just the whole thing was it blew my mind. I was like, I never, everything before that was like Van Damme split kicks and wrist locks, and then when I saw that, it was hard to go back to any of those other movies.
What, you don't like the wrist locks and wristwatch? Wrist
Like
lock?
I don't get me wrong, I still love watching old Van Damme stuff because it's
It's great.
It's great, but
the splits, man.
at the time period though, when I watched that, I was like, I lost all like respect for any of those martial art American films when I saw that one. It was
Michael
just like,
Dudikoff is American Ninja. No, I'm just joking.
it was just
that is a
really
pretty
like,
badass film.
wow,
It's awesome.
I couldn't believe you could do that with cinema, move that fast, because even the old Bruce Lee stuff I saw, he had to slow himself down because of technology, but with Jet Li, that was just so much faster, and just the way, like before, like the old kung fu films, the punches was real. There's like a jagged movement to everything. With that, they're going through like 12 hit combinations without a camera break, and it was just like, like how are you doing? Are they really fighting? And they used wire work in it, but just enough to emphasize a leap, but not to the point where he's like flying around the fucking room. Like it was just enough to help out with impact on certain things, but it wasn't
Right.
it wasn't not overdone, but it wasn't wire fu, but it was still, you could still see it there in little things. But yeah, just a beautiful movie all the way around.
Yeah, I that's mine as well. And I think for me, I'll be on, this was like, I really liked the movies I saw before this, and I got into Jet Li, but I was a Jackie Chan guy, Sammo Hung guy. This movie made me love Jet Li. This is the movie that made me go, oh shit, like there's another guy that I need to start watching all of his stuff, because this is incredible. Like the scene where you were talking, Warren, where he was bouncing around and stuff, so they had touched on that with like the guy reading the feet, like this foot's out. But what's really cool about that was when Bruce Lee was really getting into stuff, he was obsessed with boxing. He was obsessed with Muhammad Ali and footwork and stuff like that. And that rubbed off on a lot of different styles of martial arts, of gung fu and kung fu, like that footwork, like that, because they were seeing, like, in practical stances, you're either going to wrestle or you're going to punch. Very rarely does a fight stay on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, stay on there. So it was cool to see homages to stuff like that, even though they were going to stay on their feet. You know, they were going to stay on the feet, because most fights in a street fight sense, it goes to the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Pretty quickly. No one's just standing there trading blows. It's very rare that happens. But Fist of Legend showed to me that you could take someone that doesn't have a lot of lines. He doesn't have a crazy amount of dialogue, and he does a lot of acting through his expressions and stuff like that. But this was like how Gray says, like the stoic. This was the big one from like the stoic Jet Li. Like this was like, he's gonna be that rock solid dude, you know, that may only show emotion toward his wife or something like that, or news of something. But most of the time he's going to be stone-faced Jet Li, and it worked for this movie. It worked for this movie. It doesn't work for all his movies, because I've seen a lot of them, and there's some that I'm like, hey, man, like, do something, emote, do something. The martial arts are great, but do something. You know, do something, guy. Like, at least Jackie Chan had the, like, he would show his ass and, like, be funny. He would laugh at himself. You know what I mean? Like, there was all that stuff. That was always great. And Jet didn't do that. But he did carve out a nice career for himself and made some of the coolest martial arts movies that I've ever seen. So, I really appreciate everybody doing this, because I didn't know if this would be something that everybody would enjoy, like, because it's not like Jackie Chan where there's a deep, most people know Jackie Chan, right? And you know who Jet Li is, but you might not have seen like Bob, his filmography, or seen a lot of them. But still, even with Bob's list, those are quality fucking flicks. Like they're fun. Like I could go back and watch Lethal Weapon 4 right now. In fact, I might actually do that tonight. Go watch Lethal Weapon 4.
I mean, it's on 3 of our lists. It's got a certain value to it, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I lean always more towards the Chinese movies, but I can say for sure, like with Jackie Chan, I really, really like his American movies. I don't think they eventually did, but I don't think in his first appearances that they dumbed him down at all. They didn't Hollywood him up until a little bit later. Like where they would make him speak more and do try to get a better range out of him, and it's like sometimes that doesn't work,
But even then, Unleashed or whatever the Bob Hoskins one is called, I think it's almost like the perfect thing. Like they make him kind of a stunted human, so he doesn't have to emote nearly as much. But man, a lot of people
like movies like The Forbidden Kingdom, where he has a lot of lines and stuff like that. I'm saying it looked great, but I don't know if I necessarily believe him like that. Like I could a Jackie Chan, where Jackie can do those things. You know what I mean? I'd more or less believe him in that role. I'll believe the fighting and maybe the stoic master or something like that.
He's
but
rediscovering music. Come on.
That's true. But Jackie Jackie can sing. So
well, Jackie was.
I have not heard him sing.
Jackie was trained in that theater group.
Yes, he was trained in that boys theater / martial arts /
yeah. And Jet Li was pure martial artist transitioning into movies, and you could kind of see that with with their acting along those lines. Because I agree with Gray, like Unleashed was a great use of Jet Li too, because he playing that character, he does do a good job playing that kind of beaten dog type kind of character. And then in Kiss of the Dragon, it was pure stoic Jet Li. This was Jet Li doing his stoic thing, which he does very well also. So yeah, but it's with Jet Li, it's hard to see him teamed up with a comedian to do a Rush Hour kind of thing or along those lines.
It would be hard.
He's teamed up with Anthony Anderson a couple different times here. In Romeo Must Die and in the loving everyone's favorite Cradle #2, The Grave. Come on, man.
But I agree with you, Gray. You have nostalgia for Cradle to Grave, but do you think it works as good as, say, if he had the chops of a Jackie Chan?
Well, Jackie Chan never promised that X is going to give it to me and then paid that off on screen. And
all right,
I'm sorry, dude. It opens with Eminem. It closes with X don't give it to you.
If he had the acting chops, that's what I'm saying, of a Jackie Chan, would it be
fair enough? I don't think he does. That's what I'm saying.
No.
He
I know. We know he doesn't.
Journeys.
We know he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm just saying, if he did, it might make the performance better. But does that also take away from the charm that movie does have because of the way Jet Li is?
I don't think
with
so.
With all the bombastic stuff going around, if he acted like a Jackie Chan, I think it would take away from all the craziness surrounding him.
I think you need a straight man, and I think he plays that very well.
And I that's no, for sure. And I think you're right. But yeah, man, this was awesome. So next week there will be no live show, but make sure you tune in the week after. Okay, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different, but tune in the week after. We'll have another show for you. You won't know until the thumbnail is up. I will put the thumbnail up a week in advance because we're gonna plan this out and have a lot of fun. And me and Gray are going to be doing our show. We have a name for it, and we have a logo, and we have stuff, and we're going to be doing that. That will be a pre-recorded show, guys. That will not be a live show. That will be a pre-recorded show. So look forward to that. Me and Warren are going to sometime soon do his graphic novel review whenever I have some free days coming up here. It's starting to slow down a little bit at work, but I'd probably think like towards the end of September, I'll have free time. So, but I really appreciate this, guys. This was a lot of fun. I thank you for undertaking this endeavor.
Oh, dude, it was cool.
Hell yeah.
Indeed. Thank you for making us go on this journey. It was.
I did. I made you.
You were our Sherpa on
there
the
was
jet
guns
day.
involved. There were guns. You could have went to the cradle or the grave.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Number two.
Sorry. Number two. So, all right, Bob, what do you got coming up? Okay, so no, I want to talk about this first before we get out of here.
Okay.
Did everybody watch Lanterns?
Yeah.
I have not yet. I was going to let it bank up, but I've heard a lot of really interesting reviews, so I'm super excited to. But should I have? Have I made a huge mistake by not watching it?
Well,
no,
no. Here's the thing. I don't like what they're doing with the show, personally. It's not Green Lantern to me in any
so that
way,
I can
shape, or
gauge
form.
your perspective. Ryan Reynolds, good Green Lantern or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I could say this. No, because it was too hokey, but there were premises in that movie that were more true to the character of Green Lantern than there was anywhere in this. Like, I don't like what they did with Jon Stewart. I don't like how he was introduced. I thought it was psychotic. I thought it was absolutely
psychotic.
Now, Bob, were you confused by like the first 15 minutes? Did you really even understand the dialogue and what was really happening? Be honest, because I didn't understand anything for like the first 20 minutes.
I'm gonna step out. Give me a visual cue when spoilers might be over.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, for me, first 15 minutes, I will say were a little weird. Introducing Jon Stewart with his father playing William Tell with him
for no reason. He was like,
was
does
weird.
The thing, and then he's like, "Let's get some hamburgers, dog." Like, what?
Yeah, I was telling you, Laps, that I liked the tone of it, yet at the same time, I don't think that the tone matches Green Lantern. Like, I think that for me personally, I think that if these were two like random street detectives or something like that, I think the tone would be a lot better. But it's Green Lantern, right? And so I still like the tone better than what I've seen so far from the DC universe. At the same time, I still don't think it fits. I don't think it's right. There were a lot of creative choices that I just left me scratching my head. Now, am I going to keep watching it? Yeah, I'm going to keep watching it because right now, I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. Right now, it can go either way for me. It's kind of right in the middle for me. I think right now, if I had to give it a score, I'd give it a 5 out of 10 right now, but that's based off of one episode. So I do want to give it a shot.
I think they should have released 2 or 3 episodes to begin with.
You're probably right.
I did not like it at all.
The first episode was not like, I get where they're going with Stewart, but then for me, it can kind of just, I don't know if you want to say breaks canon. Like, if Stewart's dad is somehow like, okay, I didn't get the ring, Jordan got the ring, I want my son to be a Green Lantern. So the big thing is fear, because that's what he was talking about during the interview. Like, you don't fear anything after you lose your father. Then the father asked him right after he shot the apple off of his head, are you afraid? And then he goes and gets him a hamburger. To me, that's like, okay, you don't have to go. Like, what I don't like about what these guys do with these live actions is that you don't have to connect everything so much, and you don't have to go out of your way to show us why Jon Stewart is fearless. Jon Stewart's fearless because he's a soldier. Jon Stewart's
goddamn Marine sniper
because he's a Marine sniper. you could have done that without trying to connect everything all together. Like, even Jon Stewart was calling his dad, and his dad was talking to him like one of those obsessive football coach dads who are like, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, why is it that the bowl cut Guy Gardner's got a ring, but there's only one ring, and Jordan's not going to give it up to Jon Stewart until he's dead? Which I don't think he's dead, because they never. I honestly don't think he's dead. I wouldn't be surprised if the start of episode 2, Jon Stewart says this is an alien, and then that's the reason why there was no ring on his hand, because Green Lantern rings you can't take them.
No.
If the ring bearer dies, the ring goes back to Aura, or it goes to the next bearer.
It goes to the closest person that's in proximity with a lantern, with an actual lantern.
And it would have been Jon Stewart.
And it would have went to Oa, or it would have just sought out the next person.
Yeah. So there's no. Yep. So I have to watch it episode 2, because it's like, are they going so far off track, like they don't understand Green Lantern at all, or are they going to start wheeling this back into where I'm like, okay, now I get it. I do like the actors they picked to play Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and I like the feel of the show, but like what Bob said, if it wasn't a Green Lantern show, I would have been like, yeah, this is a great start. This was interesting. But it's a Green Lantern show, and I'm sitting here knowing some of the lore. I'm like, well, this is not making sense. Like,
no.
Like, why is it that he has to be trained this way? You're trained with the ring. You get the ring.
You're trained by Kilowog.
Yeah, you're trained by Kilowog.
He trains all Green Lanterns.
So why is it that Jon Stewart, like, it would have been much more interesting or much more realistic if Jon Stewart had already been trained by Kilowog, and he's a rookie Green Lantern.
Learning like how he did with Sinestro. Yes.
Yeah, learning with Hal Jordan as in almost a training day kind of situation, if you're trying to especially clue into Hal Jordan going the parallax route.
Don't even.
Or whatever that, But yeah, just having it, there was no... The city that he is in wasn't even mentioned. Ferris wasn't mentioned.
No, they tried. They don't know Hal Jordan. They tried to make him this old lonely guy who nobody. Dude, he's got a brother whose daughter is obsessed with him and looks up to him, and he loves his. They were literally the first family to move back to Coast City after he started rebuilding it, after Mongol destroyed it.
Yeah,
and then they cuck Jon Stewart. Like in the first, why?
Like,
why?
I don't get the whole. Yeah, like there was a lot of bullshit I read that wasn't true. Like a lot of people talking shit about the show that just either didn't watch the show or don't, or completely are just trying to find stuff wrong. I have no problem with Jon Stewart getting laid by a lady in the parking lot. I have absolutely no problem with that at all. I don't understand why grown men are upset that Jon Stewart got laid.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
I think they were upset because it was a grandma, and then
it's a problem that it in the next scenes it was the dude's wife. Like,
yeah, that's the problem they had because
the dude in the
the guy's like, well, what's it like eating off of another man's grill? And then Hal Jordan's just like, what's that all about? And he's like, I might have slept with his wife. Might have? Oh no, I slept with his wife. Really? We've been here less than 24 hours. I'm impressed.
Like they made Hal Jordan into this uncaring dude who, with if they're going parallax route, right, with no build up at all, like we're just supposed to take it that he's disgruntled and an alcoholic apparently. What? Like these are all things that Hal Jordan does not like. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't understand.
I don't think he's dead, but at the same time, I'm trying to look at this with rose-colored glasses as possible. It's like,
right.
I really don't think, like, if they did kill him off, like, you guys have a lot of explaining to do, but then this is also James Gunn and his universe, and he makes a lot of really weird, questionable decisions, and I'm a huge James Gunn stan. But Superman, he made some weird decisions. Supergirl was off the charts with fucking ridiculous decisions. And now with Lanterns, I'm trying to be like, well, did the showrunners ever read a comic book?
Nope.
Because so far, I'm not seeing like you guys are breaking lore all over the place, and I just don't understand why. You don't have to break lore if you want to have a gritty, true detective story. Just make him a rookie. Why not? Why doesn't he have an effing ring? It doesn't make any sense.
It's stupid.
Like you don't go audition to be a Green Lantern.
Nope.
You're chosen by the rings. But then they're making it. Even Jon Stewart said that way Hal got the ring was wrong. And it's like, no, Hal got the ring is the exact way you get an effing ring. You don't go audition with some actress in a room somewhere to get a Green Lantern ring. It comes to you. And then the Guardians come to you and say, hey, you've been chosen by the rings. You come over here and train with this giant alien monster guy, and then we'll let you come back and work your sector. Like, how did Guy Gardner get a ring then? Like, there's a lot of just stuff that's just not explained. And to me, I want to see a second episode, but if they don't clear some of this stuff up, they're not going to get me much past a third.
And the fact that all we saw was him make a fucking bottle opener and a circle.
Yeah. I did like the interrogation scene. I thought that was cool, but I didn't like the explosion part, though.
All right, so we'll Gray, come on, Gray, you can come back now. All right, well, anyway, yeah, that was just it. We'll be done with that talk.
Sorry, bit delayed.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, so I watched that, and I watched something else, and I honestly can't remember now, but. Yeah, so Bob, what do you got going on this week, sir?
Let's see. If you didn't get a chance to see it, we did put out a review of The End of Oak Street and Lanterns over on Dad's Turn to Talk. This past week, we had Sin from Sin's Corner on the show.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun. And then next week, we're going to be reviewing Three Amigos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it'd be cool to...
movie.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Great
That'll be fun to go.
The legendary
to take
film.
a look back at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. You gonna be on the MSK show next?
Yeah, I'll be on the MSK show.
Why?
Unless that night dad just starts calling again.
Why do you suffer through? Why?
He enjoys the MSK, so
12 years of Bob.
Sadomasochist. That's what it is. That's masochism.
So as normal, like you guys can go into the description and go read Warren's graphic novel, The Adventures of Sig and Joe, at Global Comics. There's a link there. Yeah, go read it, guys. Go leave some comments. Give a thumbs up. All that stuff. That'd be great for Warren. And as you can see from every episode of the show, just look at the description and there's a link in there for you. So what do you got going on, my friend?
Tomorrow, if I should be going back to streaming, I had to take a couple days off because my hand was really hurting me because I've been drawing too much. But then, yeah, I'll be back on track with the Squirrel Book. Monday, I will be on with Mad Mel, and we're going to be drawing the Guyver from the old or the old movie and anime series. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be back to more working on the Squirrel Book. I'm also getting artwork ready for a show I got coming up in September. And yeah, lots of cool stuff coming down the line. And I'll be also check out Dingus Den. We're going to be having some reviews drop. We started a brand new show called the Indie Comics Poll, where we pull essentially an indie comic from Global Comics or wherever, and we review that and showcase it, as well as our normal reviews. I just reviewed a really great book. It's like Dexter meets Berenstain Bears. It's really, really good. But yeah, check out our reviews, and yeah, lots of cool stuff coming down.
Wait a minute. Dexter meets the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, let me get you the name of her. It's like
first stuff.
It's absolutely
Berenstain or Berenstein?
Stain. It's always been Stain.
Okay.
Depends on what side of the yeah. It's Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. If you get a chance to read that, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It's drawn like those old school children's books, but it's essentially a serial killer true crime story. And
Okay.
it is all anthropomorphic characters. And
Oh, that's right up your alley.
really, really loved it. It was such a good story. It's on Global Comics to read for free if you have the membership or subscription. If not, I highly suggest picking it up. It's just Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It's a IDW book or published through them.
Yeah, don't do what I do, people. Don't go out there and buy, Comics Weekly and come back with 47 books because you're a dork. Don't do that. Read some good ones and find out what you like. Gray, what do you got going on, man?
Just enjoying some good movies and working on this new show. New content should be available soon. I'm thinking we're launching next month. Yeah, eventually new content. Other than that, just enjoying going through these flicks and occasionally showing up talking about flicks on other people's channels. But yeah, there's some really good movies out there. Go see them.
So I am in the middle of reading the Queen in Black stuff from Marvel. I'm also reading Emperor Aquaman, and one of the cool things that I did get was I got the facsimile editions of the Silver Surfer. They're putting out 1 through 30. They're up to 6 right now. So I've been getting these. These have been fun, man. These old Marvel books, like the Stan Lee books, they were so much bigger back then. They were like 80 pages. So like it's kind of neat to see. But yeah, I got some shows coming out. Me and Gray will be doing some stuff, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a great weekend, man. And stay safe, don't work too hard, and all that other junk. And I'm going to hit this button. So peace out, y'all.